Everyone, my name is Monowar. In this video I will go through one storage type which is known as an object storage. So object storage can hold any kinds of data. So when I'm saying any kinds of data, like different format, it can be text, it can be image, it can be directory, it can be a Excel file, video. I will go through multi-clouds object storage. So first I'll go through AWS, then I'll go through Oracle, and after that I will go through Azure BLOB storage. We'll talk about versioning. So versioning allows multiple variant of the same file, and this is good for when someone accidentally deleted some object from the storage level. We can retrieve all the deleted objects. Then we'll set up lifecycle policy for the objects inside the buckets. Or so what can happen, we can put into different tier, hot tier, cold tier, or archive tier. There are different level of cost involves. So which data normally we access or modified like frequently, then we put into hot tier. If that is access level is infrequent, then we can put into cold tier, and if we rarely access, then we can put into archive tier. Please note that there are different costs involved, like based on storage type and access level, and also there is a duration for this tiering type. So you need to make sure that you are aware of that one. Everyone, in this video tutorial I will give you a brief overview of one of AWS services, which is AWS S3. So S3 in known as S3 bucket. So simple storage services. Now there are three major storage solution or storage type we normally use to hold the data. First one is block, which is block storage. Second one is object storage, and third one is file system. So object storage is to hold any kind of data. When I'm saying any kind of data, that means that can be data can be different format like text, Word, Excel, image, MP3. So there are few terms there. Let me first connect to S3. So first log into AWS console. From here we type S3, go there. So let's create a bucket first. So bucket is kind of for Oracle cloud infrastructure. This is kind of under container, and for just think it's to hold the data, like if you know the directory structure, directory holds the data. So this is in AWS cloud that known as bucket. So create a bucket, just click. And then give a bucket name. So this bucket name should be unique. So here I put a bucket name demo 1. Then I have to select the region. So here is that it's a globally unique. So but I can select my region. So select the region where I am in. Then there is an option like copy settings from. If I have another bucket, I can copy the existing bucket things from, like all the settings from that bucket to this bucket. Now here you see that object ownership. There is ACL enable and disable. So that is an access control list, like to give in on the bucket level or object level to give the access. You can set that up. For now I am making or considering default. So after that you said block public access. So by default that public access is blocked all the way. Then there is a versioning. I will go through all this next steps. But first we are going to create a bucket with all the default option. Then bucket versioning is disabled. There is a tag, we can give a tag. Then encryption. So server-side encryption we can enable or disable. By default is disable. And there is advanced settings. So first now click create bucket. So here it is saying that bucket name, same name already exists. So we can give like name. Now if we click create bucket, so you can see that successfully bucket like created bucket. So we can click here view details. So now if we go to the buckets, now buckets is to hold the information. So you can see that objects, properties, all the different tabs there. So now let's upload any object. So click on here, we can upload button, we can upload here also. So click upload and then drag and drop or add files. So let me image is uploaded, like image is there. Now all the permission and properties I just I'm considering on the default one for our learning purpose, and click on upload. So that file is uploaded. Now if we click that object and you see that this is just all the object information or metadata. Here you will see that object URL. So copy that one and try to access that. So this access is disabled for now. So this access is denied. So let's go through that object, like this is the object level. Let's go through bucket level, and if we go to the bucket level and see the permission, and here is that bucket setting is block public access is on. That means it's not publicly open. So let's edit that one. To edit that one, we can disable this. So deselect block of all public access. When I do that and then click save changes, now it's a message here that updating the block public access settings will allow like other to access. So like here I accept that one. To confirm, just type here confirm and click confirm. So when I have done that one, so disable that public access, I got a message here, object can be public. So what does that mean? My S3 bucket is now public, but underneath object we can make that public or make that private. So now let's go to object level. So if we go to, okay, successfully edited, this is my bucket, go to objects. Now if we go again here, if we refresh the page, still access is denied. So let's go here and check this object level. So here So the bucket storage class tag metadata objects to permission. So here you see that object owner can read or read-write ACL, but public access, that is currently not set anything. So to set that up, first we need to enable, like bucket has the bucket owner enforced setting, we have to set that up. So click on bucket owner enforced, and here is ACL is coming into picture. So we would like to, like by default that is disabled, but we would like to enable it. So then it's a give a message that bucket owner enforced setting for object ownership, click that one, and object ownership is bucket owner preferred, and save changes. So now message is different. Object can be public because I have set that up. So, successfully edited object ownership. Close that one. Refresh the page. Go back here. Check the object. Okay, now refresh this page again. So here, because still we did not set up into object level. So now if you go to permission, so that did not set up. So we go to object action, and there is a make public via ACL. So we can set that up. So it's a message here, and to make it public, make public. So we have made that public now. So successfully edited public access. Now if you go back, and we can see that read privileges is there for public. So now if you go back to URL and refresh the page, yes, we can see that page. So access has been granted here now. Now let's go through with object versioning. So for that, go back to object level. Now click on properties, and you see that versioning. So versioning is enabled at the bucket level. So there are some benefits here, like we can, if we enable versioning, it allows multiple variants of the same file, and if we update, so new version will be there with every update. Versions cannot be disabled, only suspend after enabling that one. And other thing is that it protects data from any accidental delete. So we can roll back to old version. So this is easy way to retrieval or roll back deleted objects from the bucket. So to disable, like to, by default you see that bucket versioning is disabled. So we are going to enable that one. So for that we go to object, like bucket, then properties, bucket versioning, click on edit, and here is option 2 options, either enable and suspend. So we are going to enable that one. So after enabling bucket versioning, information there that it will be lifecycle rule we can place. So we'll go through lifecycle rule later on. So click Save changes. So now here you see that bucket versioning is enabled, and if we click that object, you can see on the object information here. Now so after enabling the version, if you go here and click that, it will allow in version ID. So for now we can see that current version, and this is none, that initial phase. Now let's modify the text file and upload that again. Just change the first version. Let's go back, then upload. So far we did not upload the text file, we only uploaded the image file. So let me upload the first text file. So upload successful. Let's click those. For now, let me delete that image file. Confirm deletion type delete. Successfully deleted. Now I have only text file here. If I click file, can get the details here. Click that. So what I can do, let's make that public so that we can visible the content. So this file, so everyone can access here. You can just edit, make it read, print. Changes. So this is the initial. Now let's go back. What we are going to do, we are going to upload file again. Before that, we modify this file. First version. So now upload. Upload. So now you see that your upload is done. Here succeeded. So here you see that object text. If we click that one, and this is a new URL. So again, it's getting access denied. So we have to give permission, then level, and save changes. So if we refresh, the first version. So what we see that Every time I'm uploading the file updated one, I'm getting the updated version as a current version if I say. So let's update again and add that one. So here I put second version, back, load. So the version permission. So now if we copy that one, so this is the second version. So we have done few version of that one. And what's that? Go to the file level. Now if you click the version, you see that this is the current version. So every time I'm uploading after modification, it just updating the file. So there are some size differences, you can find that one. I think that someone does not have the version options available here, or he's not going to this plate. Go back there, and from here let's delete this file. Someone accidentally is going to delete this file. So this file, if you remember that one, this is the second version. So let me delete. So deleting the specified objects adds delete marker. So let me delete objects. Successfully deleted that objects. Now if I go back to object storage, here S3 bucket, S3 bucket AWS. So here you see that object is not there. So so someone did that accidentally. So what we have to do, we have to go back to the bugs, like object level, and here nothing, here nothing, properties nothing, then bucket version is enabled. So now from here just click show version. You can see this object is marked as a delete marker. So two of them is delete marker. Now if you'd like to enable this one, so what I can do, to here I can delete that one. If I go here, different options there that I can do that. First go with the delete marker. So then delete specified object, this one permanently delete if I want. So we have to type permanently delete. So delete objects. Okay, I have already deleted that one. So if I go here, so version. So now here, if you come back, that is other thing I would like to show you. So that object back here, so that you can see that. So what does that mean? That initially I deleted this object, but it's still sitting there. So what can happen if that file size is think that few gig, then we may need to pay for that one. So just to make sure to delete, go to S3 bucket, and under that bucket, if version is enabled, select this one, show version, toggle button, then delete from there. So now cannot be undone. Objects. So now is that all those text there, that's one text we deleted, so that become delete marker. If I would like to delete, I can just delete that from here. So we can do that delete. And when you delete that button here, it will restore the previous version. So let's see here. So now, and you see the objects here. Object. So you can see that the version we can see. Now go back. Just click on show version. And I would like to delete previous version, so click here and click on delete. And permanently delete. So close. So you cannot see that version objects anymore. So we can do the same here. Okay, let's go back. Objects, the version. So now we'll set up a lifecycle policy. So for that, we need to add lifecycle rule. Let's go here. This is the bucket. There is a management button. So click on management button, and here you see that lifecycle rule. So create lifecycle rule, create lifecycle rule. Let's click that one, create lifecycle rule. Now we can give a name here. So I think that not needed. To the rule policy. So here is a policy that we can set that up based on filters apply to all objects in the bucket, or so I don't want all objects. I want to the rule scope level limited, then filter. There is a prefix that we can set that up. Then there's a tag option. Then underneath here, that there is a lifecycle rule action. So here you can see different options there. So for now, I could just permanently delete no current version of objects, and then I can give a date that after how many days it will be there, or how many number of newer version I would like to retain. So I can give 30 days, and I'd like to retain maybe just 2 of them. So, and you can see the cycle here. Then click create rule. Okay, I have to give a prefix. So I can give some object name. So I can give obj prefix. Click create rule. So now you see that rule has been set up. So rule is in place for the bucket level objects. So we have gone through AWS S3 bucket, how we can create a bucket. Then we saw versioning. Versioning enable us to recover objects from accidental damage if we want accidental delete. And then we saw how to enable lifecycle rule for the object so that it can clean up from the object, like from the S3 bucket. I think you have a goal. Let's clean up. To clean up, I'm going to delete the bucket, select the bucket, and if I do from here action go back from here, there, delete. So if I do there, it's giving a message that bucket is not empty. So empty bucket configuration. So this one, it is not allowing me to do anything. Let's go back. And so under this bucket, we have got one object. So let me delete that object. So to confirm delete object. Now go back to the bucket. Now if I do delete bucket, that one, my empty bucket configuration. And here to delete. So now exit from here. Now if I do delete, now it's enabling that one, the to confirm deletion. I have to type bucket name and delete bucket. So that bucket is deleted now. Good understanding how S3 works. Now we can play more on this. Okay, let's go through OCI Object Storage. So first we are going to connect to our OCI account. Pass your ID and password. Let's go to storage section. So from hamburger menu, click on storage and then click on buckets under object storage. So here you see the option for create bucket. Click on create bucket. Here I am trying to use default, like storage star is standard, and also using Oracle managed key for encryption. Now click on create. See that the bucket has been created. Now this is an empty bucket. Here I am going to upload one text file and one image file. So first let's upload a text file. You can drop files here also. So here I'm going to upload this text. Okay, before open, let me see the contents. So now click on upload. So when upload is done, you will see a option for close. So we will see, click on close. So let's see the okay, let's upload, like just dropping an image file here, because drop option is there. So upload there, click close. So if we click the view object details, we'll get the object information. So if we click there, we can see that URL path. Just copy the URL. And we see there is a message that a bucket does not exist. Actually, bucket is there, but the thing is, it's currently bucket level is private. If you see that visibility, this is private. So let's change that one to public. So I am giving that, that bucket level for testing purpose or demo specific. So now it's bucket. Now if you refresh the page, you will see that I can see that image. Now we'll go through with the versioning. So let's see this. So there are different options that you can see from those three dot button on right side. You can get the URL, you can see the object contents and str options. So now let's go with versioning. So here you see that object versioning is currently disabled. So let's enable that one. So click on edit and click on enable versioning. And right now there is only one version, therefore you see that only one file. So let's modify this text file and upload again. Now if we expand this one, we can see that there is one latest version, so it's ultimately override the previous version. So you can see that latest version has got the updated change one. Now let's modify the text file again before uploading. So here I put second change, upload that particular file, and then close. So if you see that here, if I expand that on file option here, so that become the latest version now. And you can get the details from by clicking the button object version details. If you can get URL, you can check the content button, and you can see down below also the contents. So if we delete the latest version, which is second one, then the previous version, immediate previous version will be my latest version. So if you see here, you see the first change. So that means we can restore back from the previous version to make it latest version. And here you see that if we delete here, then that is permanent from the object storage level. So let's update that file once again. We don't need that one because already second one we already deleted that one. So the second one we are uploading that file again. Now we go here. We delete this file, then this deletion is permanent from the object level. And to disable object versioning, we can just suspend object versioning. So that is suspended. Now we are going to create a bucket, same bucket name to the other region. Bucket name is region specific, so we cannot create the same bucket name in a region, even if we use the different compartment. But here I'm using this like different region, Melbourne, and if I create the same, like create a bucket with the same name, it will allow me to create. So here you see that bucket dash val has been created to other region. So bucket name is region specific. Okay, in this section we'll discuss about granting access to bucket for a particular user. So for that, let's select a user identity and security, click on users. So I'm going to use storage user 1 for this purpose. So now first create a group. Click create group, give a name and description. Advanced option is mainly for tagging. Click create. So you see that group is here now. So I'm going to add that user, storage user, under this group. Now create some policy. Click policies, create policy. You can change that compartment inside the policy. Give a name, policy name and description. Compartment, select the compartment. Here is that manual editor where we can add CLI commands. Policy use cases. I'm going to select storage specific. So here is storage management and common policy template. There I'm also going to select storage specific. There are a few of them. So I think for testing purpose I will select storage admin manage buckets and objects. Select that one. Group, that is storage group that I created. So object storage admin. Location is compartment. So in my case that is feedback. So here you see the statements that I could put into editor section. Advanced option is mainly tagging here. So click create. So now policy has been created. What we can do, we can verify this by connecting with that user. So open a separate incognito window. Let me connect to the cloud session. So user is storage user in my case. Let me copy and paste from other side here. So user is storage user 1. Let's go to storage section, then bucket. Try to create a bucket here. So pick up a compartment. Click create bucket. So here we can select which tier we would like to select, then click create. So bucket has been created. So now let's go through with now we'll go to next section is use own encryption key to secure. Now to create a vault we need to connect to identity and security. So let's click on hamburger menu. Identity and security, vault. Click on create vault button. Give a name here. So here you see that make it a virtual private vault. So virtual private vault is a dedicated or isolated partition on a hardware security model. Otherwise, that's other option is in shared partition on the hardware security model vault. So uh, let's select that one. With my subscription, I don't have that option. So ultimately, if you have that option, you can select that one. I'll get a message that yeah, the limit for this tenancy has been exceeded. So I don't have that in privileges with my subscription. So let me create that vault into shared partitions. So if this is the vault is creating OS underscore vault. Vault is active now. So if you click the vault, if you go to resources section, you can see that there is an option for encryption keys and secret. So here I'm going to create a key. There are two options for protection mode. One is hardware security models and another one is for software models. Give a name, key name. Then next you can select algorithm and length for the key shape. You can use your own external key also. Click create key. So here is that key is creating. Now we're going to create a secret which will be used to securely access to these resources. So give a name, secret name. Give a description. Here we have to define the encryption key which we created before. And here that secret type template, I am selecting plain text and secret contents. We can put into plain text. But if you want, we can see the different format, base64 format conversion. Then click create secret. So secret key is enabled now. Both secrets and encryption key is enabled now. You can use those encryption and secrets to create a bucket. So for that you need to give a name, bucket name. And down below here is that encryption. So you can select encryption using customer managed keys, and here you can select your secret. That vault, and in my case, because I don't have authorized or I don't have access, so let's click on bucket, click on bucket name, and here you will see that auto tiering is disabled. So we're going to enable that to the bucket level. So let's click on edit, click on enable auto tiering to enable tiering option, and object storage to automatically move objects that you have not accessed 31 days to the infrequent access tier. So you can select that one if you want. So it changes. You can see that auto tiering is now enabled. Now let's go to the bottom section under resources. Here you can also that option to enable encryption key to the bucket level. You cancel that one. So update storage tier. Storage tier here you can see that options for standard, infrequent access and archive. So to test something, let's put into archive that one. Think that I would like to put some objects into archive tier, and then I would like to restore that object or objects from the object like archive tier. So here there are different options. You can see that rename, re-encrypt, restore. So if we click into restore, now here the message, you will see that on the time available to download in hours. So I can set that some time, but there is a message that by default you have 24 hours to download the object, and we can place the value between 1 to 240 hours. So for testing purpose, let me put here 1 hour because that's the minimum, and click restore object. So that means if I would like to restore something from archive tier, it can take minimum 1 hour. So here we have set up auto tiering to the bucket level and also to the object level. We can disable auto tiering from the bucket level anytime. So let's go to disable that auto tiering policy from the bucket level. So let's go to storage, buckets, click the bucket name, then click edit, and deselect enable auto tiering and save changes. So it will disable auto tiering policy for the particular bucket. Another option that we can set that up lifecycle policy rules. So let's select that one, lifecycle policy rules, and there we can create rules. So create rule and objects, we can select object and where we want to put. So archive, infrequent access, or we'd like to delete. So based on our selection, based on our business requirements, we can select the option, and then we can select the date or number of days that we would like to keep, and after enabling you can disable that one also here. So click create. So that, because I put into infrequent access, that's not of that option is not available with my subscription, but if that is available for you, you can definitely do that. To delete the bucket, click the delete option, give the bucket name, and it will delete your bucket. So that is it. I think I try to give you a very good understanding on object storage and archive storage. Now there are more things there that you can play. So everyone, let's start with the Microsoft Azure BLOB storage. So for that, first I need to create a account. So here I'm going to create a storage account. So give a resource group name. So just give storage below. I'm giving a name. Storage admin. You will see that underscore it does not consider. Setting the region nearby one. So Australia Central. For now, I'm just considering all the default value. This data lake is mainly for data analytics, then file transfer protocol. Um, let's put it default, BLOB storage for now, default networking, connectivity. So this part is mainly, if you'd like to go into private endpoint or more restriction. Data protection, what is there? I'm just considering for now like soft delete for BLOBs or enable soft delete for the container level or file share. For now set the default. After that you will see the tracking is mainly for versioning. We'll set that later on. Tag, we can put tag value here. Review and create, so you see that running final validation. So validation passed, we can click on create. So our storage account has been created. We is still running, it just accepted. You will see that down below the deployment details is that it's now accepted, so it's in progress. You can click on operation details to get them on those different options. Now here the deployment is complete, and we can click on go to resource to get the storage account. So here you see that under storage admin, storage account, storage admin, there is a BLOB service. Our focus is only for BLOB for this video or for this lesson, if I say. So click on container to create a container where we'll put all the BLOBs, like all the objects that we are planning to use for. So there are different options like private and then BLOB or container. So you see that no anonymous account, and then read access for BLOBs only, then read access for BLOBs and containers. So I just put that private for now. So here container is created. So click the container and let's you see that container is there, demo BLOB or blob, if I say binary large objects. So now we are going to upload a image file. So let's upload that one. See, so that there is overwrite option if we want the same ones. Anyway, there are some other options there, but for now I'm just considering all the default one. So I have uploaded image file. So upload is like upload completed. Let's go to that object to see that one. So if I click that, you can get the URL here. If you check that to access these objects, there is a URL, and there is other options like version, snapshots. So if you click that one and try to access from outside world, if I say if I give that link to someone, so you see that object is not available to access because you know that I put that into private level. So let's go there, and we are going to create a shared access signature. So we can generate that shared access signature token and URL. There is also option for that different kind of permission we can allow, and also there is a duration there. But let's start. Let's click that one. So here you see that shared access signature URL. So if we pass that URL to someone, they can access this object. So now let's test some versioning. For that, we'll upload a text file. Let's first enable that versioning. Oh no, let's connect to that storage account. And there are BLOB services. And you see that versioning is disabled. I'm going to enable that one now. And if you see here the tracking part, before that you see that soft delete is there for default is 7 days, both for BLOBs and containers. So I'm going to set that for testing purpose, and enabling versioning for BLOBs, and save. Now we are going to upload a test with some text file. Let's go to the container. Upload the text file. So if you see here, I put that initial. Because this is first time, so we cannot see any previous version. So now do modify the text and upload that again. So because it's the same name, therefore it's just giving a message. So just override that one. So because we would like to see the versioning, so we upload that one. So if you see here, then let's go to that file. You can see that also down below current uploads. Anyway, click this one, this file. If we see that, we can see only one version. Okay, let me upload again. Change this one to second. So this is the file that is in the current version, what we see this one. But if we click that file now, like this is the current version one, and if we go to version level, those are the that previous version which I used for first and initial. You can see the content by downloading that one. And this is the initial, so those two are because I have already override, so you can see those two versions are there. So now let's okay, upload one more time. So this is my current version which we uploaded now. But if we go to file and versions, there are all other previous versions are sitting here. Now we're deleting this version. I just give a message that there is also other option, like we can set up lifecycle management. So for now I have deleted. And to see the deleted version, we can just click on show deleted versions. It will show us what we deleted, that one. Now let's go to change to our option. So this is the lifecycle policy. So we can set that into set that objects into different tier to reduce the cost. Like archive tier there, but it's a message that there is a minimum policy. So for now we are setting to like these objects to cool tier. Save that one. Other thing I would like to go through, snapshot and so on. Let's see, like down. This is here that we can change the from the previous version to current version. So we are going to make that current version. Because access is not enabled, no public access. So let me download the content. So here you see that the second one, we are going to make this as a current version. So just make current version. So now our version will be the this one will be our current version. Now let's download and see the text content. If you open the file, we can see that this is a second update. Then we can check the previous version by clicking view previous versions. So you can see all other previous versions from here. To delete, we can do that on. If we want to set up shared access signatures, we can also generate that one. So if we click that, here you see that there is an option to down below generate SS token and URL. If we copy the URL, SS URL, and access that one, we can see that the file like previous version, and that's the third update one, and close this. Now let's go to the snapshot. So if you'd like to take a snapshot of a file, we can just click create snapshot. It will create a snapshot here. You can see that one. You can get all the details also like BLOB type or access tier. Now click right side. Here is an option like promote snapshot. So in case if you'd like to restore, we can do that one to promote snapshot. Now to delete, we can just delete snapshot. It will delete the old snapshot. I'm showing all the delete option because we don't want to get the access charge, if something is available there and it may incur cost. So I think that is very much it for Microsoft Azure BLOB storage. Uh, you can do more things for your like learning purpose. Now let's clean our account. For that, I'm going to delete the storage account that I have used for this learning purpose. So pass the storage account name. Click delete. So my storage account is deleted. So thank you. Thanks for watching.